Hare Krishna. My name is Vijay Venugopal and I belong to the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. I'm going to speak on the topic, can anyone be scientific and yet spiritual? My answer is another question. Can anyone be scientific and not be spiritual? Why am I saying that? I'm a student of science and I'm an engineer. So I've studied science apart from school. I've studied 6 years more of science and engineering. And as a scientist, we have to always be searching for the truth. A scientist can never accept anything as it is given to him. A scientist will always examine, is this a truth or is there something deeper? Just look around you. See the way things are happening so systematically. Can you believe that there is no one in charge? If you went into a classroom and all the children were running around and chaotically shouting and so on, then we'd immediately say, where is the teacher? There is no one in charge. But if you saw a class where everyone is disciplined and quiet and doing their work, we'll immediately know there is order, there is someone looking after this place. Now look at the universe. Can you see anything in the universe which is not taking place very systematically, in a very disciplined way? These huge balls of mud and earth and stones and fire, the planets and the suns, how are they rotating so exactly, so perfectly? Every day it's the same thing, the sunrise, the sunset, everything can be calculated. The eclipses come down to the earth. How is it that there is such a perfect system, that the sea is full of salt water, and that salt water, without us spending any energy, it is automatically drawn up into the air like an aircraft, and then it flies to where it's needed, and it's purified in the process, and the purified water falls down, and then where the moment it falls down on the earth, immediately another set of processes start. Plants start growing, they give fruit, everything without any effort. If all this is being done without any effort, can we believe that there is no one in charge? No one has created such a system? Go on and on. Go into the eyes, how our eyes are working. Go into any part of the body, how the bodies are working. Go to a fly, go to an insect, go to a bird. Have you seen these birds? Siberian cranes, they fly from Siberia, thousands of kilometers, they come to India, just flying in the air. How do they do that? How do they know where to go? Without GPS, without maps. Even for the first time, how do they do it so perfectly? How do they manage without food? So many questions, no answers. The answer which we are expected to believe is that one day there was matter. Now they're telling us one day there was something called dark matter also. There is light matter, there is dark matter, and one day it exploded. And the result of this explosion, what is the result of any explosion that we see on the earth? Chaos, isn't it? Everything goes to pieces, everything stops, things stop working. And yet we're expected to believe that there was a big explosion and then things started working. Perfect systems evolved. So no scientist, no real scientist can accept it. He will instead go and ask for explanations. I cannot believe this is so. I want an explanation. I want to know exactly how this happens. And then he will become spiritual. He will go to the books, spiritual books which explain how this happens. Pick up the Bhagavad Gita. Everything is described how it happens. And then only the scientist will be satisfied. And he will say, yes, now I must become a follower of the Bhagavad Gita. Now I must be spiritual. Because only this explains everything which has happened and everything which is happening. It explains why people are behaving the way they are behaving. It explains what happens after that. Everything is explained. It explains how to be happy. No scientist has explained all these things. And therefore, every scientist must be a spiritualist. Thank you. Hare Krishna.